What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka Six8Jay, coming to you on this amazing Monday. And man, do I have an incredible show for you. Why? Well, maybe because there's another McFadden. We'll talk about it in a minute. Let's get right into it. Market cap right now, guys, $2.57 trillion. Bitcoin showing out at 69,214, guys. We got a amazing, amazing next 30 to 45 days ahead of us. We got it there right now at 3777. Wait a minute, 3777? Is 777 lucky? Lottery? Let me stop, huh? Know what you're doing. That's like a slot machine number, isn't it? BNB right now is at 624. We got Solana at 166. We've got XRP at 51.94. Might as well say 52 cents. Dogecoin, good Lord, that dog is at number 8. It's taking over little by little. Dogecoin. Remember when it was like a whole bunch of zeros and a 1? Not anymore. It's a big deal. 16 cents. Elon behind it. Gotta love it. Cardano right now is at 45 cents, guys. We got Shiba at 4 zeros and a 2. AVAX coming in at 35 cents. I'm sorry, 35 cents. Good Lord, I'd be rich. 35.68. We've got Chainlink right now at 17.73. Polkadot coming in at 7.12. We've got Near, let's make it clear, at 7.27. Matic, 70 cents. Pepe coming in at 4 zeros and a 1. That's cuatro zeros and a uno for those of you guys who didn't take Spanish, huh? I got a D minus. It's okay. Pray for me. Uniswap is at 9.62, guys. We got ICP at 12.03. We've got Caspa. I remember my son saying, Dad, you need to buy a lot of Caspa. I was like, son, what are you talking about, son? Remember that, like, what was that old Different Strokes movie with Arnold? What you talking about, Willis? That's what I said to my son. And all of a sudden, 1,200% later, I missed it. Good Lord, huh? Could have been rich off of Caspa. We got APT right now at $9. Render RNDR coming in at 10.01. We got HBAR at 10 cents, guys. Dog with hat, number 30 on CoinMarketCap. Good Lord. Dog with hat. What's the use case for it? Hell if I know. I just know it's number 30 in front of a whole lot of other amazing projects. It's at 341. Did you get in on that, dog? Just wondering. IMX right now is at 225. Filecoin coming in at 581. We got Arbitrum at 112. XLM at 10 cents. Crow, if you didn't know, is down just a tad bit, but still up from when it was where it was at with Sam Bankman-Fried and all that stuff. When it was like 4 cents, I was like, oh my goodness, hallelujah. You need to buy some of it. And I was trying to tell you, it's not financial advice. By the way, guys, nothing we talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. I am not no competente, a financial advisor. I don't even know if that's how you say it in Spanish. My name is James, aka Six8Jay. Been in crypto since 2017, documenting my journey in the evolution of money, and just been having a great time, guys. We had the show now for about a year and 6 or 7 months. It's been absolutely incredible. I don't know. Well, actually, is that right? So a year? Yeah, about a year and 6 months. Let's see. Let's get back into it. GRT right now at 29 cents. We got STX at 192. OKB 46.72. Floki, another dog, number 44 in CoinMarketCap, up just about 15% in the last 24 hours. It's at 3 zeros and a 2. Optimism. We got a whole lot of it. Why? Because, well, we know that Gary Gensler has to go. Huh? Gary Gensler has to go. I would say so does Sleepy Joe Biden. I think Joe and Gary should go out there and get a job at like Burger King. Can I take your order? Something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Let's keep it going. SUI right now is at 104. We got VChain at 3 cents. INJ coming in at 25.40. Phantom, 81 cents. Bunk, the 5th dog in the house. Huh? Who let the dogs out? I don't know. Somebody did. It's at number 53 on CoinMarketCap right now. Down 15% over the last week. 4.5% over the last 24 hours. Doing this thing. 4 zeros and a 3. Did you get any bunk? I didn't. TIA right now is at 11.01. Up 15% over the last week. We got Ondo. Ondo came out of nowhere, 137, up 10% over last week. We've got Jasmine has been on fire like Mariah in the 80s. It's still holding that 3% mark. I'm sorry, that 3 cents mark, 32% over the last 7 days. Absolutely been on fire. Algo. How in the hell are those 5 dogs above Algo? I don't get it, but guess what? It's at number 64 right now on CoinMarketCap, 18 cents. We got Avi at 102. We got SEI at 50 cents. Jupiter coming in at 109. Gala might make you want to holler. I don't know about it, 40 cents. I'm sorry, 4 cents. At 40 cents, most of y'all probably quit your job. Let me stop. Flow, if you didn't know, is at 88 cents. We got CHZ at 14 cents. We got Flare. Don't you dare sleep on Flare. It's down a little bit, but still almost at 3 cents. We got AGIX AI. Don't sleep on it. It's at 89 cents right now, guys. QNT at 91.01. We got the coin formerly known as EGLD. We call it Multiverse X. It's at 39.08. Neo. I was just watching like the Matrix Resurrection, something like Resurrection or something like that. And guess who's the star of that? Neo. It's at 14.81. We got Sandbox Metaverse at 45 cents, guys. Already at 47.23, up 13.26% in the last 24 hours. I'm sorry, over the last week, and almost 5% in the last 24 hours. Crazy. We've got, let's see, another meme. What is this? Book of Chicago. Let me stop. It's at 1 cent, guys. We got XTZ right now at 94, 93 cents. Another one. Now we got 6 dogs. We got 6 damn dogs. Dog, go to the moon. Oh my God, that thing's up, what, 100% in the last 7 days, 15%, 16% in the last 24 hours. What in the hell is going on with these dogs, huh? Making me want to go get another one. I got two in the house right now. That's enough. Mana right now, another metaverse coin at 45 cents. We got SNX at 266. And topping out the top 100 on coin market cap is GNO at $330.42. Let's get right into it, guys. I'm super excited as I have my little brother on the stream. We're gonna be bringing him on right now. Let's see if let's see if we can get him on real quick, guys. My man Pots and Pans, my little brother, and not just because he's not just one of the coolest guys on planet Earth, EARF, because he's a McFadden, but that might help him. J-Bug, are you there? Jonathan,
I'm here. I'm here. Hi.
how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I'm a little overwhelmed. I hear you go through all of this crypto information. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not even brand new yet. I'm just figuring out that my brother is into this thing called crypto, and I'm figuring out what the heck it even is. And I'm watching your show, James, now for about a month. Back when I thought Gary Gensler was a guest caller that just never knew how to work his technology. I still haven't figured it out what crypto is, but with your help, I think I'll learn.
It's funny because for those of you guys that don't
Reap the
understand,
benefits.
my brother's talking about the Gary Gensler dumbass Gary that we bring up all the time. It's quite funny. But let's dig in a little bit about who Jonathan McFadden is. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I have two brothers, which is Jonathan, my youngest brother, and then Jermaine, my middle brother. And Jonathan, if you don't mind, just kind of take us through a journey. I've got a couple little clips I'm going to be showing, but just kind of take us through your journey, if you don't mind, before we're going to talk about some crypto-related things, so you guys hang in there. We want to hear crypto. It's going to happen. Calm down. But I want Jonathan to talk about just his start, and from coming out, his first exposure to like commercials, what age, what led him down the path is really interesting because you've done some incredible things. I remember before I took my kids to go see at Disney, where you played like Aladdin, you played all these different things. You like a feature in one of the greatest shows out there. I remember sitting down watching TV just on a random day and watched some like commercial, and I was like, oh wait a minute, that's my brother. So you've done a lot of stuff, man. If you don't mind, talk about your start, some of the great things that you did, and where you're at right now. Go ahead.
So the Disney story is actually a funny one. I'll tell you about that a little bit later if you ask me to. But basically, from a very young age, I have always been, well, a McFadden. So I liked the attention. I liked speaking up in class.
Right.
When I realized that I could do something on a stage or in front of the camera and get applause. But that same thing, when I did it in the middle of math class, I got detention or had to sit out from recess. I was like, well, I like that other room better. So I
Right.
kept going back to the arts, things like that. And, that's a tough life, as you were talking about in the other show. Not everybody gets, super duper rich off of that. I've done okay, but I'm by no means, a multimillionaire from it. So, I went to school for it. I got the agents, I did that whole thing. And I've worked in New York and Florida and Atlanta and California. But then I got to a point where I just said, I don't know if I really want to hustle like this anymore. And so I went back to school to get a different degree in a different area. And I remember I was sitting in a math class.
Okay.
It was exam day. And the teacher said, make sure you have your number 2 pencil for your Scantron. You remember
Right.
Scantrons where you had
Yeah.
the bubble in, right?
Yeah, I do.
I looked at my pencil and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm the only guy in the world with a number 3 pencil. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? So she allows me to go to the student center where there's this event to grab a number 2 pencil. When I go into that student center, there's a camera crew there. And they ask me if I'm willing to be interviewed. And I said yes, because I didn't want to go back to the math class. They
Right.
said, yeah, sure. They asked me, what do you love best about the college experience, being, a slightly older student? And are you looking forward to getting involved in student life? And I was like, no, I'm not looking forward to getting involved in anything.
Right.
I don't want to do anything on this. I don't even want to do this now. I'm just delaying math class. I want to go to my class, go to my car and leave. Well, I got a call the next day, and there's a point to this. I got a call the next day. the guy who was the producer for that PBS station through the college says, well, we couldn't use your interview because you pretty much, destroyed the school.
Right.
But we loved your personality on it. So if you're willing to do all the videos for our website and for our college promos, we'll give you a scholarship. So
Wow.
I didn't have to pay for school.
Wow.
I said, well, sign me up. Well, that was hosting work. That was media work and almost like journalism, presenting, right?
Okay.
I had no idea that I would take that experience and continue it every day for the rest of my career. And that's what I do now is I do media work, hosting work, commercials kind of comes from that. But that one time in my life where I said, I'm not going to follow my dream anymore. I'm going to do something else.
Right.
That one time is what opened up the door for me to learn and have the opportunity to do what I have done since that. And that was, over a decade ago.
Wow.
So on top of the commercials and the hosting work and the live event MC work that I do, I also work for the Tamron Hall show on ABC New York, where I am get ready for this, okay? Because this is exciting. I am the bottom rung on this ladder. I'm not even on the ladder. I'm the carpet that the ladder sits on, right?
Okay.
But I am the on-call pre-show host.
Okay.
So if they need me, they could call me right now and say, "Hey, we need you here tomorrow morning," and we make it work.
Now,
But,
is that in
having
your
that opportunity
is that
to
in your
work at
area?
ABC? That's it.
That's
No,
it?
that's in New York City. I live in Florida.
Wow. So you have to, if they say we need you tomorrow, you're on the plane and you're gone. Wow.
Yes.
That fast. That's
I mean,
crazy.
I would leave right after our show. I wouldn't leave you hanging.
Yeah.
But there have been times where
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
I came up. So for
Yep.
those of you guys who may be wondering, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering. So I just pulled up right now the Tamara Hall show, which is right next to Jonathan's face. My brother and I have the same dad, different moms. So we didn't grow up together. But very proud of him. My man, same dad, same DNA as far as who we are in our drive and things like that. But Jonathan was doing some amazing things and had done some amazing things that we all heard about and stuff like that. And we've always kept connected and things like that. But that's crazy, the fact that you're on that show and that you're part of that. And it's exciting. What I want to do right now is kind of show a couple of things that you have done. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the commercials and things that Jonathan's done. So let me go to the commercials here. Here's one of them right here. I'm gonna pull it up and show everyone. And before I do, let me say what's up to True Duquel. Love her, wonderful actress. Tamara Hall. Yeah, she's amazing. That's who my brother works for now. We've got Anthony Wanner in the house, fishing with Camo Joe, coffee and crypto. Let's go. My sister lives in the house. We've got Anthony Wanner. We've got Big Bro 10. What's up, sis? Jorge Maldonado. That might be one of the most amazing names. Jorge Maldonado. That's a great name. I love it. We got Always One Away in the house. We got Frankie Legend in the house. My brother, Crypto OG, my man, Pots and Pans. Let's get right into it. This is Jonathan McFadden, my little brother, in his now in this commercial, it says commercial. Is it one commercial or several?
Oh, so that's what we call a demo reel. So that's several clips of commercials put together, and I would use this to send out to casting directors, potential clients, things like that.
Okay, let me wait a minute, messed up here. Let me minimize your face just a tad bit so they can see your full commercial. So let me put you up in a corner. I don't want them to miss any of this amazing stuff. Okay, so you're still there. Let's play the commercial. Here you go. Jonathan McFadden, the one and only.
And it's free.
Yep. Since 2001.
So you can definitely handle a paper cut then.
We got you.
Sharing everything saves us money.
Maybe we should just switch to Mercury Insurance.
Buying a home? I'll use my local market insights to help you find exactly what you're looking for, and my negotiation expertise to save you money. Who am I? I am a realtor.
Grease and cooking fats. Once in the sewers, they coagulate to form an unstoppable mass that literally consumes everything.
We're back in the office to observe the action. Hey, Shay. Feels like I haven't seen you in a while.
You good? It's been a while since I watched this.
How's the weather up there?
What?
On your cloud. You get it, the cloud store. They get it. High score. That's why Lenovo recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Where's your bathroom? Good morning, Alan. Ooh, sweet coffee. One of these for me?
Late night.
Ooh, that's a lot of errors. Alan, what were you working on so late last night? Month-end closed? Oh, your colors.
Why didn't you tell me about it before?
What matters is, I'm telling you now. Thanks for the call.
Yes, couples sometimes fight about money. Iceberg. Like game night. Because some things are bigger than banking.
You were Ted on the 18th hole. Tough conditions today. What'd you shoot?
71.
Really? How did you do that?
I quit on the 11th. Tomorrow,
I like that.
we'll do 12.
71. I quit on the 11th. That's funny as hell. So that's some of it.
And you know,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Okay. So I was just going to say, I'm watching this, and it's been a while since I've really watched it back, but you could see the progression of me, I guess, getting more of dad's genes than you did in terms of the baldness. I just took all of this off maybe a week and a half ago, something like that.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Let me be very clear here. I am the younger brother, but when you look at me and you look at James, you're like, James, when's your much older, less fit brother
That's funny. That's funny.
I mean, you got that solid hairline, man. How did you get that?
Hey, man, you know what? It could be the Puerto Rican part. My mom's side was extremely hairy. So yeah. So who knows? That could be it. But yeah, no, it's funny because I go through my moments of shaving everything off and growing it out, and you go through those moments. But let's get into a couple things, and we're going to come back to Jonathan because I want to talk more about the things that he's done. Sure. Let's read through a couple things so we make sure that we mention some crypto things as well. We'll start off with a little motivation. It says, "Take care of what you love, starting with yourself." That's a big one. Take care of what you love, starting with yourself. I like that. What do you think about that one, Jay?
Well, I think it's really important. Self-advocacy, self-care is really important. You can't be your best for other people.
That's right.
Until you're best for yourself. It's just like when you're on an airplane and they say, please secure your mask for helping someone else.
Absolutely.
You got to be right with you.
That's right.
So that you can do right for and by other people.
That's right. Yeah. How do you expect other people to love you if you don't love you, right? Right here it says Digital Asset Daily, Ripple considers IPO outside of U.S. as CEO says U.S. listing makes no sense. So guys, really what this is about, you can open this up. I've got my brother and we're just going to kind of flash through some of the stuff, but it really shows how messed up everything is here in the United States when you have really the Amazon of crypto saying that they want to go into an IPO, but they think it's best for them to go outside the U.S. because there's not enough support. There's nothing but chaos and corruption here in the United States. So that would be very interesting to see how that plays out. C-Caz in the house. What's up, C-Caz? Fishing with Camo Joe. We got my beautiful queen, Jeanette. The Queen McFadden's in the house. How you doing, beautiful?
Hi, Jeanette.
Greatest wife on planet Earth, EARF. Let me stop. Crypto Navigators in the house. I think a lot of people aren't taking care of themselves in this down economy and should be the number one priority. I agree with you, my brother. Great outlook. I like that. Let's keep it going. Sacrifice a few years of grinding for a lifetime of freedom. Jonathan, I'm going to say it one more time. Sacrifice a few years of grinding for a lifetime of freedom. It's almost like when I say, do the things today that other people won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that other people won't have. Your take on that?
I have always been grinding. I don't know what it's like not to grind, especially being in a gig economy position, right? On top of being a talent myself, I also own a school that teaches it. And so, I haven't had a day off in, I don't know, maybe since January.
Wow.
I mean, I work every single day. Now I love what I do, but it's still working. So I'm waiting to see when the second part of that saying is going to happen for me. And I think reconnecting with you and getting involved in crypto is going to be a huge player in that.
Absolutely. Reconnecting, crypto. I always say, and I know you've watched the show quite a few times, where I say, sometimes in life we tend to, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? We stop dreaming and we start just settling is the word I was looking for. And then there's a wake up moment where you're like, okay, kind of like you were talking about, like, okay, this is fun when I'm young, but now I got to get a little more serious. I got real adult things. I need real adult money. I need real adult opportunities. And that's, it's not to say that, that couldn't happen in what you were doing early on, or some of the things I was doing in the early part of my life. But at some point you have to start thinking, okay, you know what? I don't want to just trade time for money. I don't want to do just enough to get by. I want to win, and I want to live life to the fullest. And so that's one of the things that really made me get into the space, Jonathan, when it crypto, is that I felt like it was something that once I mastered and embraced and was able to conquer as far as understanding and position myself, I could go out there and share it with other people. Because here's the thing, I can't go out there and in a matter of 30 days teach somebody how to be Jonathan McFadden. It's impossible. There was years and years and hours of you learning certain skill sets. I can't go out there and teach someone how to dunk a basketball at 6'8", or be me in a matter of 30 days. But I can teach anyone, just by asking the right questions, just by taprooting into the very thing that's inside of them that wants to be great, that wants to break free, that wants to be incredible, and say, yes, you can. And I found this thing called crypto. And as long as they're willing to put in the time and effort, this is an opportunity that will allow them to dream again. And that's one of the reasons I got into crypto, is for that reason. Anybody can do it. And so if you want to make a comment on that.
I'm going to comment on something else. And I don't know if I've ever told you this. This was a long time ago. I was maybe 5 years old.
Okay.
I think this was around the time where we actually did live together.
Yeah, there was a time I did live. Yeah,
right. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you and Jermaine and some of your buddies were playing basketball in the condo complex court or whatever.
Okay.
And I came over to play with you guys, and you guys were also remember you were helping me. And at the end of that game, you gave me the basketball that y'all were using.
Okay.
Do you know, James, to this day, I still have that basketball.
Wow, are you serious? Oh my God, you're talking about 35 years ago, bro. 35 years ago. Wow.
So I have a storage unit where a lot of my equipment and stuff is,
right,
and just things that are important to me. I'm not the most athletic person in the world, so I never really had a need for another basketball. And I still have it to this day. I know exactly where it is.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That means a lot, and
Isn't
I appreciate
that
it,
funny?
man. That's that definitely means a lot. It's things that you would have forgotten about, especially 35 years later, if you hadn't shared that with me. So it's like my man Mike.
It's little things that we do.
Yeah.
It's little things that we do that mean nothing.
Yeah.
To us,
right? That means everything.
But can literally shape or help shape a person or an experience for other people. And I do that for my talent. So the school that I own, one of the biggest things that I teach is that self-advocacy, because in that industry, and I'm sure in many industries, the people with the money don't always either know what they're doing, right? The producer people, they don't know what they're doing all the time, or they're trying to save money, which I understand that. And so the actors get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
So part of my job is to help actors realize that no, you can charge by the project, not by the day.
Right.
You can make a difference in yourself so that you can keep making a difference for your family, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I think it's important what you're doing here, James. And,
I appreciate it.
You might not think that what you're doing here is making a big difference in people's lives. I think you do realize that. But just like when you gave that basketball to me and I kept it all these years, you never know what you might be saying here or playing that video of the guy that says, if you invest $1 in Bitcoin, I've watched that a million times and I hate myself every time I see it. But you don't know how many lives you could be changing with this. Well, so keep doing it.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is important. Is one of the reasons, when I think about why I do this show, is not from a monetary aspect. It's not because I don't have other things to do. Sometimes it's kind of inconvenience jumping on with all the things that I got going on, but I made a commitment. I made a commitment to this family. I made a commitment to the people that are here. I've forged relationships with these people, bonds with these people. These people are the Crypto for Life family. And I just know, one of the things that I always say, you never know, is kind of going back to what you're saying. You never know when a person just a kind gesture or just a couple of few words can change someone's whole narrative. You don't know what that means to people. And so I appreciate some of the people that are here that I've been able to meet that have told me that. It means a lot to me. The relationships mean a lot. And I'm here to pay it forward. I'm here not to go around talking about what I've done and I've done this and that, but to go back and say, you know what, man, if I can help one person win. When my time is come and gone, hopefully that person remembers who I was, and that's really important to me.
Here's
Go
a
ahead, Jay.
person.
Yeah,
Here's a person. Help me out.
I appreciate
Here's a
that.
person.
I
Teach
appreciate
me
it.
crypto. Y'all, James needs to teach me crypto. And you didn't talk about commitment. I don't know if people know, it's not just being on here for an hour.
Right.
That's not the commitment. You do this twice a day. You create the art and the promo photos that go out.
Oh yeah.
You're scheduling guests. This is essentially a second full-time job that you've taken on after being a father and being a crypto investor and a film producer.
Yeah, it's
we McFaddens, man. We're always doing 9 things at once.
It's so funny. I got a message in a group message that has we call ourselves the Four Kings. It's just 4 brothers that we talk about everything. It's me, Crypto OG, Anthony, Iron Man. Shouts out to Crypto OG. Shouts out to Anthony, Iron Man. Shouts out to Griff. And in there, my buddy Griff this morning said, "Hey man, you didn't forget about the family. You're doing all these things." And I'm like, "No," but and I made a comment. I said, "Some people focus on doing one thing, trying to be extraordinary at one thing." And I just want to be great at various things. And that's one of the things that has allowed me to flourish in life. Like after basketball, I found this. And after this, it's like if I told people I was in acting, that I've been a part of movies, that I've done commercials, that I was a motivational speaker, that I was a pro basketball player, that I owned car lots and cell phone stores and record labels and all this stuff, it's just because I never stopped dreaming. I don't think I'll start. And it's funny, me and my wife are having she's here right now. And we were talking about me as a person, and I was just telling her how the day that I go will be the day that my flames becomes unlit. I got a burning desire to win. I got a burning desire to continuously build for my children, for my children's children, for my wife, and for those like the Crypto for Life family, for anybody that comes in my path. I have this burning desire to win and to help everybody else win. And even Mike Owens, who is a great friend of mine and got a lot of love for him. He's my best boy. And, even he was saying like, man, you're a giver and you just keep giving and you keep he was talking about some of the things that I've done for him as far as putting him a part of this or making him a part of these different things. And that's just how I am. I want to see people win. I want to see people dream. That's important to me. From a person who came from a situation that was very hard to dream when I was young. It's very hard to dream, and so once I was able to do that and see some of these things come to fruition, I realized the thing that really defines who I am as a person is having that ability to dream and then going out there making it happen. Not just dreaming about it, but going out there making it happen. So that's really, really important. And I definitely appreciate your kind words and being my little brother. There's times when we've been connected, and there's times life goes and because we're in 2 different states and two different things going on. But it's definitely been amazing, and all things happen as they should. And I'm really excited to be reconnected. Can't wait to get you rolling in the crypto space as you should be.
Please.
And, yeah. And
Please.
so we got some.
And James,
yeah.
I want to say something.
Yeah,
I want to say something. Okay, so I think you are masterful at one thing, and that is being James McFadden Jr.
Thank you.
That's what you're good at. Now, what does that mean? That's doing all those other things, right? But I think you're a very good judge of what you can be successful at, and then maybe what is not necessarily a strength that you want to focus on. I think you're good at that. Dad was good at that, right? We all are good at that. The other thing is, you said when you go, that's when your flame will be unlit. And James, I don't think that's true. I think things, how can I say this? Fire spreads very easily. Right. Your flame right now. I mean, look at how many people are watching you right now every day. The convention you went to in Vegas, where people are stopping you with a picture of you on their T-shirts. I think your flame is going to keep spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. Whether you're there to feel its warmth or not, it's gonna keep going. So just know that you are having an impact. I mean, here's your 40-year-old younger brother, and who knows, maybe you're just setting him and his family, which is your family, up for, financial gains and understanding and freedom and security, which I call happiness in the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, and I think that's what's
that was really cheesy of me. Sorry, Albert, but I really do feel that way.
No, I appreciate you, little bro, and I think for me, it's one of the things where after basketball, the platform I found was being on stage speaking to people, and then obviously we got YouTube, and now it's like I was telling my buddy this morning. I said, look, man, my next venture is movies. Like I haven't been doing as many things that I was doing maybe a month ago because I find these things that keeps me excited. And so right now it's always going to be the Crypto for Life family, what I'm doing here on YouTube, but now it's moving into the movie and film industry. And I'm telling you, I am crazy excited about some of the things that I got going, not just with the projects I'm a part of, but some of the things that I'm going to create that I wrote myself some years ago. And it's just really exciting times, man.
I think you should create your own convention. I think you should have your own masterclass workshop where everybody flies out to Vegas. We get a ballroom at the Wynn, and you just teach everybody everything you can for that weekend or something. Man, people would sign up.
Hey, my brother's gonna
and they buy copies of that book. They buy copies of that book that you're going to write.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't realize that I started a while back writing a book, and now Jonathan is pushing me to finish to continue the book and get it done. Maybe even coming up with a short version of a book. He's also been asking me several times to be a guest. He wants to try to get me on the Tamara Hall show, so that's something I'm really excited about as well. We'll definitely do that, and the crypto. I'll be representing the Crypto for Life family if I do go on the Tamara Hall show. So for those of you guys just came in, this is where my brother works. Tamara Hall show, absolutely incredible show. I know a lot of you guys know who she is.
It's one of the gigs, yeah, but it's one of the best gigs I've ever had.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
Seeing how it all works, and Tamara, they're all just amazing people over there.
I love it. We're gonna keep this thing going, guys. 6-8Jay, my little bro, Jonathan McFadden, the Crypto for Life family, greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Let's keep it going, guys. Metal Lawman says the reported settlement between the SEC and Do Kwon is good news. It means that either Ripple case or Coinbase case on possible interlocutory appeal is likely to be the first case to get the Second Court of Appeals to address the legal status of crypto assets. Now, I don't know how, I don't know what's going on with this settlement. I know that they've been talking about this settlement. I know Do Kwon right now, I believe, is in prison, just like, was it Sam Bankman-Fried? So the settlement, I guess what he's just saying is that the fact that there was a settlement could be bullish for maybe some of the things that we're waiting to happen with Judge Annalisa Torres and the Ripple outcome. We'll see how that plays out. Vet says 12 years of XRP Ledger. What a track record. Not only is the XRPL growing with all these features and use cases, but the community has been a tremendous force in building a great environment to build on and network upwards and onwards. Gotta love it. What else we got talking about here? Don't confuse silence for weakness. Ooh, I like this one. Don't confuse silence for weakness. Smart people don't plan big moves out loud. Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Any input on that one, OJ?
I say to a lot of people, depending on the need for this phrase, but I love it. It's a lion doesn't have to roar.
That's true.
For it to make its presence known.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, I love that. I like, you guys heard what John said? A lion doesn't have to roar to make his presence felt. You know what a lion does? He's just like this Crypto Tell song. You just get to it and it says, Crypto for Life family, this is for you. Woo!
This one, does it like it is. Got them switching gears, no Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags, I ain't lying. Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, banks ain't letting money go. Swimming in the dough, SEC gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow.
SEC gets exposed, crypto's going to the moon, you're gonna be rich. Do you feel it? Crypto for Life, this is for you.
I'll be better off from selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I'm buying when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch, hit the Vegas crypto meetup. Hello, nice to meet you. Shower DAI like
greatest family on planet Earth.
We do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man. The next night, a moon party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no tears. The fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion?
Have I told you lately that I love you?
How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. Which one? SLM? Bag it up. This one.
All right, guys. I don't know why I get bullish. I tell my wife, "Are you buying decaffeinated coffee?" Every time I drink that coffee, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" All right, let's keep it going, guys. Apology accepted, trust gone. That's a big one. Apology accepted, trust gone. My man Edo Farina says in 2004, Ryan Fugger came up with the concept of a social credit system called Ripple Pay, which was the predecessor concept of the XRP ledger. Then in 2011, 3 earlier Bitcoin developers started an open source development of the XRP ledger and adopted the concept of Ripple Pay. In 2012, the XRP ledger began operating as an open source blockchain network. Later that same year, Ripple Labs, a for-profit company that utilizes the support of the XRP ledger, was founded in San Francisco and is one of the many players contributing to the development of the XRP ledger. What am I saying about all that? Know what you hold. That's what I'm saying. Let's keep it going. Ego destroys friendships and relationships. Ooh, that's a big one. Ego destroys friendships and relationships. What do you guys say about that, Jay?
All I keep thinking about is the last story you just talked about and how unfortunate that gentleman's Ryan's last name is.
Ryan. Let's see, Ryan. Oh, Fugger.
Ryan.
Yeah, Fugger.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were just commenting on, how you felt about the dude.
No. That's exactly just like just like Gary Dumbass Gensler. I don't know who named him Dumbass. Maybe it was me. Let me stop. Multiple New York Stock Exchange stocks have now been halted on volatility due to a technical issue. Berkshire Hathaway stock, which is BRK.A, is currently down 99.97%. My gosh. Did GameStop, GME, just break the market? That's what's going on live right now, guys. Have you been following anything with the stock market, Jonathan? Not sure if you're into any of that.
No, I don't understand any of this.
That's
at
okay.
all.
That's all right.
In fact, I'm curious to know that moment when somebody somehow sent you something, showed you something, maybe you discovered something, you're like, crypto, interesting.
You want to hear my
And now look at what a major force, because you're a major force in this world of crypto. I want to know the moment you found it, and how did you know that was something to follow?
You got it. Interesting story. So back in 2017, I got a phone call from a guy when I was speaking. I was traveling the world as a speaker. And this guy who's also, he's like he's an icon in the industry. He's like a legend in the speaking game. He calls me his little brother. He's one of the goats in the industry. So he hits me up and says, "Hey James, there's this guy I want you to meet, who years ago used to be a taxi cab driver. And today he's worth 100 million in Bitcoin." And, when you say something like that, it's hard to fathom that. It's hard to, but if it wasn't for who he is, he's like the Tony Robbins in the Latin world of speaking, and in the business world of speaking. And he's wrote many comp plans. He's very revered for who he is, and he's a straight shooter. So when he said it, I was a little taken back. I was like, what the hell is Bitcoin and 100 million? Okay, you could have said 1 million or 10 million, but 100 million? From a taxi cab driver. So anyways, he wanted me to meet the guy. The guy had he had like this bot program that they were trying to get people involved in, which would help people trade, right? It was like a trading bot deal or something. And so, I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll listen to him, because when you say $100 million and because of who you are, I respect you enough to listen to it. So he says, okay, I'm gonna try to set up something for tomorrow. I said, cool. So I didn't want to sound stupid. So what I did is anytime I'm challenged with something, I start doing research. I got on the internet, like, what is this damn crypto thing? What is, Bitcoin? What is this? Well, it was actually Bitcoin. What is this Bitcoin thing? And so I start calling some friends up. I just went through a whole, and I think I might have sent out text. Do you know about Bitcoin? You know about Bitcoin? And I had like 5 people hit me back. Yeah. Why'd you ask? Because I've never talked to him about Bitcoin. I said, oh, call me. So one was Dr. Robert Taylor. One was a guy named KJ, he owns a bunch of businesses in California. Another guy was Ron Catano, who actually wound up sending Jane Spanky, who owns a construction company. Another guy's a multi-million-dollar real estate investor. It was 5 of us, and there was some other guy. I can't remember who it was. So when the guy called, so I started asking, like, what do you know? So once they were telling me, I was like, oh my God, why'd you never tell me about this before? Well, you never asked. I was like, damn it. Okay. So the next day comes, and he was ready to put me on the phone with this guy. And so I was like, hi, how you doing? I think the guy's name was maybe Ramin. It was something like that. And so he says, It's been many. It's been most of it's been since 17. So he goes, how you doing? Starts talking about what he's doing. He goes, what do you know about Bitcoin? I said, well, just a little bit. Plus, I got a couple friends that told me about it yesterday. But that was my first first time ever hearing about it. He says, well, I'll tell you what. I got this company, but I don't even want to get into the whole thing. He goes, I'll tell you what. Do you want to know more about it? I said, absolutely. He says, okay. I'm gonna send you. Would you like to come to Spain? I was like, Spain? He's like, yeah. He said, I'm gonna send you first class everything Spain. And he said, I said, okay. I said, I don't know a whole lot other than my 4 or 5 friends. I think it was like 4 or 5 friends. He says, oh, your 4 or 5 friends? I don't know who they are. Bring them too. I was like, what? So he sends us all tickets. He goes, see if they want to come to Spain. So I'm calling up. I'm like, Doc, you want to come to Spain? Dwayne, which is the real estate, he's an Indian guy in Canada, made millions of real estate. I said, hey, you want to come to Spain? He goes, why? And I'm telling him, he goes, yeah, 100 million. Yeah. So everybody hears 100 million. They're like, yeah. I said, okay. So it's like, I think it was 5 of us. It was Doc, James, the other James. It was Dwayne. It was KJ. And who was the 5th person? I feel like it was somebody else. So anyways, he everyone says yes. I give their contact information to him, his secretary. They book first class tickets. We're all out to Canada, 5-star resort. He treats us like royalty. And we get into this room.
This sounds like one of those murder mystery movies.
No, it's just
where all these strangers, all these people converge in this mansion. This is a real story. The guy's just like, you and all your friends come to Spain on me.
So I need you to understand. Is my wife, Jeanette, are you here? If you're here, say yes. I'm seeing my wife is here. I want you to understand something, Jonathan, about your brother. Jeanette, are you here? Let's see if my wife answers. She's here. Let me see if she's here first before I make this next comment. I don't like saying things. I like validating what I say. Let me see if she's here. I'm gonna make sure she gets on here.
It's not that I don't believe you.
No, it's not for you, brother.
How often does that happen?
Yeah, it's not for you. It's for these listeners. I want people to understand.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, but everybody listening, can you imagine if your phone rings and there's somebody that you greatly respect that just says, hey, come on out to Spain on me.
So she's here. So because of my business life, I want to say this with my wife on the phone. Since she's known me and before she's known me, I've been with her for 15 years. We get offered to be a part of companies all the time, to the point where they've offered us cars, they've offered us money. One time I had a company fly me out and gave me $30,000, which was $10,000 a month for 3 months, just to look at their company. Because of people don't realize that my background in speaking and what I used to build was global. And so they sent me and my wife to Canada. We've had multimillionaires come out to our house. They sent us to Miami just to say, look, we'll fly to Miami. Just look at it, wine and dine us. You don't have to do anything. Just take a look at it. So I say all that not to try to impress you, but I always like my wife here for validation, but that's my life. So when someone says, I'll fly you out to Spain, that's nothing new to me, because whenever someone wants me to, like, my time is money. That's just what I've built. And I'm not trying to be all this and that, because obviously the only thing you guys know is YouTube. You don't know Six8Jay, or that's not what I use outside of this, but the suit and tie, the global speaker, just like I was asked several months ago when they had that event in Dubai. They asked to fly me out to speak at the conference in Dubai for crypto. And what messed me up is that my passport was expired. That's the second time I've been asked to go to Dubai. And the first time was by a multimillionaire that met me. And my wife remembers that. Here's a funny story about that. We were in San Francisco maybe 2 years ago. We were in San Francisco. Not this year, Dubai, last year, Dubai. So last year in Dubai, when they had that big conference, this guy, we were in San Francisco, and I was wearing a crypto shirt. It said crypto millionaire, something like that, unloading or something like that. And I was walking around. He liked the shirt, and he said, it was a hoodie. And he stopped me. He was having dinner. It was a really nice restaurant, and it was me, my wife, and my son at the time. My son was, I think, staying with us up in, we was in Sonoma County, so this was last year. And he stopped us. We went to San Francisco. He stopped me. He goes, hey, man, you're in crypto. I said, yeah, I would say that. He goes, have you done really well? I said, yeah, I would say that. And so I gave my information. He looks me up. He said, let's swap information. He calls me back after looking up who I was, and then also finding out from some friends who I was in the speaking world. And he offers me a full paid everything to Dubai to go meet other millionaires in the crypto space. Now, this is last year, and I didn't go to that either. So the point I'm trying to make is that's kind of the norm for me, and I'm not trying to say that to impress you, but to impress upon you. This happens all the time in my world. I've got people here in Vegas right now, and I'm trying to be I got to be kind about what I say. But like I told my wife, I ignored some phone calls yesterday and today because I don't want to be bothered by people who want to come into my home and talk business. And we just had this conversation. So it happens all the time. I have to, when I say that doing this show is something that I dedicate time to, there's 1,000 other things I could be doing and 1,000 other people that want me to do those things at a certain dollar amount, at a certain price. And it's hard to understand. People think, well, he's just good. He's just, no, this is 20 something years of dealing with people, being on stage. And that's where this personality comes into play. So I say all that to say, I appreciate being here and definitely want everybody to understand that my time is definitely of value because a lot of people are willing to pay me for that time. But
speaking of that, I want to hear more about the mansion in Spain. So you fly out to the resort mansion in Spain, the guy says, "Here's $100 million in Bitcoins."
Yeah. So we go to Spain, and so he goes through this whole thing. He's sitting there trying to show us everything he has, and we go into this conference room, and there's nobody there but us. Like, and I told him, I said, I'm one of those guys that when you bring me in, I don't want nobody around me. Don't put me in no crowd. I'm not that guy. Like I'm not that guy that I want to be in some, like, especially when it comes to business. Now, if I'm there to speak, I've spoken in front of thousands of people. I get that. And there's pictures and all that stuff, awards and all that stuff that comes with that. But when you're trying to talk to me. So when he brought me and my 5 guys in, it was 4 or 5 of them, him and his corporate team in front of the room. And it's me, Dr. Taylor to my right, I can't remember who was to my left or whatever. And it was just the guys my friends that he flew in. And we're looking at this guy, his team up in the front, and they're showing us the stuff. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, and I just felt like I felt an overwhelming sense of you just use the word, what's the word I'm looking for? I felt an overwhelming sense of like I lost something. Like what the hell have I been doing? Like why didn't I hear about it? Almost like a regretment. I was sitting there going, oh my God. And then what happened is something triggered in my mind that this is 8 or 9 years before that. You remember I was speaking and I was at a convention and they had this Bitcoin conference. I didn't know what that was at the time, and they had these cards. It was an orange and white card that it had it had a code on it, and you can go back and they were giving away free Bitcoin. And it was like maybe $5 or it was something like, it was like maybe whatever it was, you would get so many Bitcoin because at the time I think it was like 1,300 Bitcoin for $1. So they were giving you like maybe 5 Bitcoin or something like that. You would download this code. I read the card and I saw what they said they were giving away. So it was probably less than $1 you're getting. At the time, Bitcoin was like several Bitcoin for $1. And I looked at the card and I put it in my pocket because they were scattered all over this table. I was at a conference. So I was always collecting business cards at that time, right? Anytime I walked, I was like, ooh, I thought it was a business card of maybe some person. So when I grabbed it, it said Bitcoin. So when I was sitting in that room in 2017, I thought about that. I said, oh crap, this is that Bitcoin thing that I saw back at that conference back in like 2008, 2009 or whatever hell it was. And so anyways, make a long story short, Doc was like, he was trying to talk to me and I was like, man, not right now, Doc. Like we were both like looking at each other like someone had just had just woken us up to something that we didn't know exists. When you thought you knew everything, like the Matrix, like you thought you knew everything there was about opportunity, and you're telling me this thing exists. So they broke it down in a way that when I saw it, I had instant regret, and I was like, oh my God, I just wasted like the last, like, why didn't I know about this? I just felt so much anxiety or something in that moment. Like I just wanted to run out the room and go buy whatever this was. So after feeling that excitement, we spent, I don't know, whatever it was, so many days there. He flew us back, and I started buying Bitcoin. I remember in 2017, Bitcoin had got up to like 19,000. So I started buying the dip. I thought I was doing something good because it got.
What do you mean it got to 19,000? What does that mean?
Back in 2017, it kind of reached the 19,000 mark. It got up to like 19,000, then it started retracing down. So what I thought.
19,000 what?
$19,000. It got up to like $19,000
for one Bitcoin.
Yes. So what happened is, as it was going down, the only concept that I understood is, buy the dip. I was like, okay, I understand. That's just mean buying. So as it was going down, I started buying Bitcoins. I started buying Bitcoin at as it was going down. So when it got down to like 6,000, whatever it was, I can't remember what 8,000, whatever it was. It scared me. I was like, oh my God, like what's going on? And all I saw was my money deplete, and so I got frustrated. because I just bought off the excitement and the hype. I wasn't a student of the game. So I got pissed at Bitcoin. I was like, screw this, damn it. And I just, that kind of thing. So that's why when I tell people about doing your research and everything else is important. So, because a lot of the things that I talk about, I had to learn the hard way. And so I was just pissed. I didn't want to look at it. And, some time went on, and I went back and said, okay, you know what? I just looked at this thing the wrong way. And that's when I decided to look at it. And I said, this time, as I get ready to insert, because the first amount of money I inserted was like 25 grand or something, and lost it, because I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And I pulled it out, just freaking out of the whole thing. And then when I went back into it, I said, okay, I'm going to start this journey again with about 15 grand. And that's when I started the second time with 15 grand. And I said, this time, I'm not putting a damn dollar in until I start utilizing some of that urchin ability, which is get. I'm not a big urchin. We always talk about the dolphin, the shark, the urchin, and the whale, the different characteristics of people. I'm sure you heard that before. And
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, that'll be another. We're 52 minutes into that.
But I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
And I have, if you guys go to my Crypto for Life page, I actually talk about the dolphin, the urchin, the whale, and the shark. It's actually on here. There's even strategies on my channel about dollar cost averaging in, 70, 20, 10, dollar cost averaging out, the 4 types of characteristics of people. I go through all that stuff. But anyways, in that moment, I realized I needed to study. I needed to get better. And so I came at it in a sense that I wanted to study. And then what I did is I said, I want to learn how to trade. So I started taking courses. I locked myself. Now remember, during that time, COVID started to come around. This is like going into 19. COVID started coming around. So I literally got an office in Clovis where my wife was at. She was working out in that area, and I got an office, and it was at her building that she managed, and I locked myself in that office, and I was so committed to learning crypto. My wife is here right now. I was so committed that I literally would when I would wait for her to, because what I wanted to do. One of the things I told my wife, Jonathan, when I got out of speaking, is I wouldn't dedicate my time to anything else that took time away from her. Right? I spent so much time speaking and traveling the world that I missed so much. And I was there for a lot, but I missed, sometimes like our anniversary, but they want me in Colombia. Oh, it's the kid's birthday, but they want me in Argentina. It's this and that. They want me in Ecuador. So I was always moving, right? I was always moving. And so I said, I'm going to do crypto, but not at the cost of taking time away from my family. So what I did is I made a deal with my wife. When you go to bed, I'm leaving. And so when I got this office, we would sit around till midnight, maybe whatever, fall asleep 1 or 2 in the morning. And then I would take a quick little nap with her when she went to sleep at let's say 11, 12, whatever it was. And I would get up. I had an alarm set at 3. I would get up at 3 o'clock and drive 25 minutes to Clovis where my office was at. And I would lock myself in that office. And I would study, and it looked like it was a madman in that office. I was printing out stuff in that office. My wife is here. I had trading charts everywhere, all over the office, on the walls, just everywhere. I had Post-it notes, and I locked myself in the office, and I did that for some months. And I mastered the art of trading. There's times I walk, oh my God, babe, I just made 200 something thousand. I mean, it was crazy. And so, but I did it in a sense that it wouldn't affect our lives. So I would go in at 3 in the morning. She would go to work. She would get off at work at 6, and I would go home with her. That kind of stuff. So I was committed. And I
would say an extra $200,000 in one trade is affecting your life, just in a very positive way.
Yeah. So I had good days and bad days. But so make a long story short, that's how I started. And then I realized, like in that trade, we're talking about the $200,000 trade, right? That was with a coin called Polkadot. Now, the fact that was $200 something thousand, and I thought, oh my God, I did good. Boom, right? Well, if I had understood the part about doing my research and understanding the projects, right? I was a trader. So as a trader, you don't really care about the value in whatever. You're just trying to study the charts and make sure you can snipe, pips or snipe money out of that trade. So what I learned is that $200 something thousand trade that I got that I was up, and then it started retracing. So then I was like, wait a minute, I need to learn how to take profit, because then that $200 something thousand became $100 something thousand. So I was like, damn it. And so then at that point, I pulled money out saying, okay, well, you know what? Hey, at least I made a profit. It's not the 200 something thousand, but I took out 100 something thousand. But then as I watched that asset, just in a short period of time after that, it would have been 1.6 million had I waited. So then I said, oh man, I'm screwing up. I'm not getting this. So everything that I learned in crypto was by trial and error. I always say adversity either makes you or breaks you. For me, everything I went through made me a better version of myself. Just like I can credit my ex relationship with that, or things that I've gone through in my life, it allowed me to be a better version of myself for my wife. It allowed me to be a better version of myself for my kids or for my whatever situation. So I don't look at things. Money is money. You can make money. It's like the last bull run. I might have saw I don't want to, because I don't put myself out there, but let's just say you might have saw 20-something million go back down to 5 million. It's stuff like that you just start learning, like, oh shoot, I need to learn this game. So there's just through trial and error, you start learning, right, what to do better. And so once I got that, right, and I started just being free spirited, talking to people about that, they're like, yo, Jay, you're a genius. I'm like, it's not that I'm not saying I'm a genius. It's just that I'm smart enough to learn and be better, and then come back and give you the best version of what you need to maybe do in order, without making the mistakes that I made. And so I was doing that. That's how I connected with JC. That's how I connected with other people in crypto. And people start seeing that. Even when I was on Six8Jay's channel, people were like, oh my, that's how me and Iron Man connected. It's like, bro, you cool cat, you giving, you this, you that. And those relationships form.
Iron Man?
Yeah, it's a name. Like 6-8-Jay is not my real name, but everyone, everyone has.
I'm like, we skipped a chapter here. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I skipped the chapter that I was a damn inventor in my last life. Yeah, no, but make a long story short, so that's how this whole thing came together, and so when I had people kept saying, James, man, you're giving, I would go on other people's channel because crypto had been so good to me that I was giving back through other. I would go to BitBoy and hey, I would go to what's my man name? Craig over at God, what is this channel right now? I can't think of it. But I would give money away at different channels. Then CKJ, I was giving away money on people's channel for contests just to show people that yes, you can do this, and yes, this is real. And so everyone, you should start your own channel. I was like, no, because the thing that kept going in my head is a promise to my wife that I made. I'm not going to let anything control my time, and that's why I didn't want to do a crypto channel. Right? That's why I didn't want to do YouTube. Then, as I was looking at all these shows, I started getting pissed of what people were saying. People are not taking accountability. And see, you remember, I've been on some of the biggest stages around the world for 20-something years. I read people. They show you how to master people and read a person in 5 minutes. So as I'm sitting here looking at some of these YouTubers, I'm thinking these people are full of shit. I'm just going to say it. They're full of shit. Like, these are guys who have no credibility, guys who look like they probably worked at McDonald's last week, and also this year they're telling you, buy Chicago coin, I'm the crypto master. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking? Like, and there's no value. Even some of the things they're saying fundamentally don't even make sense. And I'm thinking, okay, you're like the fake pastor that's telling people you're selling holy water when it's just out of the water hose from your damn backyard. It was just pissing me off. It was pissing me off. So I literally started my show from being pissed off. I said, okay, enough is enough. I want to go out there and help people, and I'm always going to keep it 100. I ain't worrying about being the biggest. I ain't worrying about being the best. I'm not worrying about trying to get there fast. I'm just going to be genuinely me, and if it happens, it happens. And along the way, if I just so happen to change a couple people's lives by being authentically who James, a.k.a. 6-8-Jay is, well, doggone it, then that's what it is. I felt moved to do it. I presented that to my wife. The show got created, and here we are. So with that being said, man, Crypto for Life family, all those who are watching, we appreciate you. We love you. Beekeeper69, 12-month membership. We got Ness Force in the house. Beekeeper69, Liz Herrera, True Dreckle. We got, let's see, who was in here? Jorge Maldonado, greatest name ever. We've got, let's see, who else we got in the house here? Nina Blossom's in the house. Nina Blossom. We got Rashad Williams. What's up, Rashad? My beautiful queen Jeanette's in the house. More monkey business. Who else we got here? Marvin Davis, Operation Shutdown. Anthony Wanner, Baller Not One. Yusuf El Bebe. That might be one of the coolest. Can I be 6-8-Jay El Bebe? Would that work? Let me stop, huh? Pray for me. We've got, who else we got in here? We got Fishing with Camo Joe. Guys,
James, your brain and your mouth is just it goes so fast. This is so fascinating to watch. People are saying in the chat, they're saying like Jonathan's mind is blown on camera today. Y'all, even when I'm watching this show, just as a viewer, I'm still sitting here looking just like that.
Appreciate you, little bro.
Every single show.
We got the greatest family in the world, Crypto for Life, with special guest, my little brother, Jonathan McFadden. Guess what, guys? Crypto for Life. This is for you. Woo!
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Getting to them bags, so them stacks on us. In a different bracket, so they try to tax on us. Government some lies, but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rappers. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone, and he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us. Golden passports,
Y'all make sure y'all pay attention to this part right here.
your ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd. Like, they don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But
Isn't that the truth? They don't want you to get rich, but die trying. Do you realize that's the kind of government we have? Do you realize those are the people that are running our country right now? That's why we have Operation Choke Point 2.0. That's why Elizabeth Warren and her crony, her puppet, Gary Gensler's doing what they're doing. That's why Sleepy Joe says, I will not veto the SAB 21 or the FIT 21. But yet he did. Why? Because we're ran by corrupted politicians. This is not about us. This is not what's in our best interest. They want to continuously build our dream while watching people trade time for money. Where we do just enough not to get fired. They pay us just enough not to quit so we can retire on a fraction of what barely got us by in the first place, guys. You want the truth? That's what the Crypto for Life family does. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe, notification bell, so you guys don't miss any of the incredible information that we share here on the channel. Guys, my brother Jonathan, any last words? We just came up on an hour. We try to cut it out. For any last words that you want to share with the family, your experience, anything that you want to say, brother, the platform is yours.
I'll just say that I'll see you guys in the chat at future episodes. I saw that True Dukel said, I'd like to see Jonathan again in 6 months to see where he's at. You know what, True? Me too. Let's do that, James. Let's have a 6-month check-in and see not only how I'm doing with crypto, but also maybe how we're doing on these movies that you're making. That's the industry I know about. And your book that you're going to make, maybe your own YouTube network, and that masterclass convention thing in Vegas that we can all come out and learn from you on. So there are quite a few things, not that he's announced that, okay, I'm just suggesting it, but there are quite a few things that I think can happen.
Absolutely.
But let's start with me, reaching even 2% of your level in 6 months is going to set me for the rest of my life.
Hey, man,
let's start with that one.
Hey, we're going to make big things happen, and it's not going to take 6 months to get you back on here. We got big things going. We got a movie we're going to be filming in about 45 days. We're going to possibly see what I can do. I'm going to talk to Ron about how I can get you connected with some of that. Guys, we've got the greatest family on planet Earth. I got the greatest little bro in the planet Earth, guys. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Crypto for Life family, greatest family on what, Jonathan?
On Earth.
On Earth, EARF, and that comes from a guy who's super intellectual, but he knows the power of EARF. That means you're not in the matrix. You're doing the things today that other people won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that other people won't have. Crypto for Life family, Jonathan McFadden. Appreciate you guys. Much love, and until next time, it's your boy James, a.k.a. Six8Jay. Peace.